Happy New Year dance. Hi, 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 hi. Happy New Year. How are you, family? So I tried doing it live and it wasn't sleek like the New Year should be. So I decided to record every Friday between the hours of 4 to 5. I'll come your way with Mind Your Character with Olusola-Obasa. It's going to be a great year. How's it started for you already? I'm looking forward to the best of the year for myself and you. Let's keep the energy high. I actually love the energy. Everybody's posting, everybody's giving advisory, everybody's giving one counsel or the other. Amazing, beautiful. Let's keep the energy up, okay? So it's not just committing to it that is important, being consistent is important as well. So we're going to go ahead now. I will lower my music. Yes, so we can talk. So on Mind Your Character with Olusola-Obasa, in the first half thereabout of 2026, I will be treating a lot of series around balance and boundaries. Balance and boundaries. So I'm doing a series on balance and boundaries, and they are majorly first a mindset and positional series, beginning with mindset and then going on to positions, postures that you should take to. How are they important to a show like Character, Mind Your Character? And how do they help to build our character? Simple. When you are someone who is able to think through things well before doing them, you have balanced thoughts, balanced mindset about them, you're most likely able to act maturely. So today, I'm going to be introducing what I'll be discussing for the most part of this first half of the year. I'm very sure we might not be done by the first quarter, but if we are, beautiful, then we'll move on to something else. But there are so many things I want to help. I'm going to unsettle some of the thinkings that you've had before. Get ready. One of the things that I have enjoyed as graces and try to build capacity around is being able to notice the difference between two things, the pattern between things, among things, and being also able to challenge status quo, to challenge thought lines, to ask questions about who first brought about these thoughts, what was going on in their mind when they did, and why do they think that everybody should follow it. Not like being a rebellious soul, but it's just about deepening understanding, because what you think hugely affects how you act. What you think hugely affects how you act. So I decided to do this series. There have been things you've heard, a lot of sayings you've heard that I'm going to be challenging. Today I'm beginning on a very simple note, and we're looking at two things in comparison. So we'll do a lot of comparison. We'll do compare and contrast. We will challenge mindsets. We'll encourage you, like I will encourage you to think better of those things and then be able to do better on them. It's a beautiful day, and I'm very grateful to God for life and for the privilege to be here to begin Mind Your Character for the year 2026. Amazing! All right. First, I'd like to say something about character that came to me as a thought, an inspired thought. And it's the fact that character is not what most people think it to be. Character or character development is an intentional deployment. Deployment is to release. Intentional deployment of your personal attributes and values. and conduct in such a manner that it is consistent with moral and mental standards, ratified by divinity and humanity. That looks like a whole lot of big English. So it's simple. First is helping you see that your character is your choice. It's important to do this foundation before I go into the series for Mind Your Character on Fridays. It's an intentional deployment of your values, your attributes, your conduct, and everything that makes it up. Your character ceases to be a mistake when you become an intentional person. So if you are still that person whose character is a mistake, you are not sure, you don't know how you came about it, you don't know why you do things the way you do it, then the journey is far for you. That's why you see me do several videos encouraging you to have personal values. Encouraging you to have personal values. Why is it important to have personal values? Because they help you be intentional about your character. And your character is much more than you thought it to be. Your character isn't just the moral attributes of you, it's also the mental attributes of you. Talk about excellence, talk about being consistent, talk about being committed, talk about being resilient, talk about all of those strong mental qualities. They are part of the content of your character. So I said that character development is the intentional deployment or release of your personal, so you must know what your personal attributes or values are, and then the conducts that tell you apart from others, and doing it in a manner that is very consistent with moral and mental standards that can earn you trust before God and man. That's what divinity and humanity is all about. So I've heard people who say that. So who says that behaving in a particular way is the right thing to do? That's why that part of the definition is there. There are things you do, you know, that the society where you live, the people you grow with, the humans in your space, and God himself has a stand, a viewpoint, or a thought towards that thing. It's very easy to know when you are doing the right thing. It's not as easy as you make it seem, but you begin from having values. So in this entire series that I said I'm introducing today, I would be helping you with one part of the job. When you have to build strong character, you must watch your mindset, how you think. And one of the things that influence how we think are the things we hear and the thoughts we have. So the things you hear most of the time influence your thoughts, while by all means the way you think affects how you will eventually act. So I'm going to be shaking some tables every Friday with you. I will ensure that nothing gets in the way of it being a live, so that you can ask questions, I can read the chat box, I can respond to you immediately. So today, I'm going to ask a simple question as a teaser. Which would you rather lean towards? Would you rather have, so which of these two do you think will help you build character well? I will use the story of David. Who remembers David in the book of Psalms saying that, oh God, it was a prayer I was praying a certain day. Oh God, please don't let me have too much riches so that I will not sin against you. And then don't let me suffer depravity so that I will not be proud. Don't let me suffer depravity so I will not sin against you. And don't let me have too much so that I will not be proud. That was a man trying to strike a balance. Remember what I said, the goal for the series I'm going to start on balance and boundaries. The goal is to ensure that we're able to get balance and keep boundaries. So what it means is, when David said that prayer, he was expressing the desire of someone who wanted and wished really to please God, to be balanced. Don't let me have too much so that I will not be proud. Don't let me be deprived so that I will not sin against you. So he had that. So I'm asking the question, truthfully, in building a strong character in life, which end should you truly take? Should you take the far end of having things in excess? Should you take the end of extremes, having things in extreme measures, or doing things in extreme measures, or keeping it trimmed and balanced, and even allowing some denials? Will denials necessarily help people to have good character? And denials and depravity, will they help anybody have good character? And will having excess and being in the extremes, like a world where everything is at your beck and call, would you? So which of those two things that are far ends apart, which of the two of them can help you build a good character? Those are the kind of conversations we are going to have beginning this month. I want you to get ready, because it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be worth your time. It's going to be worth your while. Every Friday, and it's going to be at 4:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. It's going to be at 4:30 p.m. I will be hosting Mind Your Character conversations so we can talk. Because if you ask me, it's not true that being at any of the two saves you from being a person of poor character. Neither does it help you to be strong. The best place to be is to have balance. So know when having things in excess. Know how to master seasons you have things in excess. And know when to master seasons when there is some denial. Some people have said that they stole because they were hungry. That's talking about a kind of denial that people can have. But how true is the fact that everybody who stole, whoever stole, was hungry? Or everybody who was hungry ever stole? It will shock you to find out that not everybody who was ever hungry stole. Values come to play. So in this life and in this new year, whether you are bound or you are base, there is a place for balance and there is a place for boundaries. This series are for matured minds, or those who would love to grow in personhood. It's not for those who still want to give excuses for why things happen and why they do not happen. So if you think that you are that person that I'm looking for in this year 2026, meet with me on Mind Your Character and Olusola-Obasa Facebook pages every 4:30 on Friday. Let's have a conversation. It can have to do with your workplace, it can have to do with your family, it can have to do with personal life. But on Mind Your Character, we begin by talking about you. Because we believe that when you are right, you can take care of a lot of other things and make them right. So what's the point that I'm making right now? I am saying to you that get ready for a beautiful, proper experience. Right? Get ready for it. Get ready for it. Okay? To put this to a wind today, I would say that we have commenced a journey to balance. What do you have to gain by mastering balance in all areas of life, all situations? Number one, you gain maturity. People just notice that there's something sterling about this person. They are not everywhere. They are not scattered. They are not. So I'm talking to people who want to build, like you want to add to just being successful. You get what I'm saying? You want to add something to just being successful. You want to learn what it is to be stable. And you love to be sustainable. Meet me 4:30 every Friday. You have maturity to go home with from each of those conversations. These are different from my Mind Your Character reels that you often see. On Fridays, I have conversations. It's a talk platform, so let's gather around. And if you have suggestions on other things you'd like us to talk about, feel free and also mention. And as I begin to roll out those various conversations, if there are others that I'm leaving out, please also shoot them at me. What other things would you be taking away from this series? You will be taking stability away, like I mentioned. So maturity, stability. It's a choice to make. Balance is a choice. When you see people behave untowardly online, in person, you can tell that they don't care for so much. They just want to be there for the moment. But if you want the long haul, if you're in for the long haul, if you're quality driven, if you're excellent intended, if you just have to join me in the balance and boundaries session. It's going to touch you up like. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I'd like to turn off my video now and I'll post it right away. Okay? So every Friday, 4:30 p.m., let's make it a date on Mind Your Character Facebook page, on Olusola-Obasa Facebook page. And this is also always on our YouTube page shortly afterwards. Alright, usually have that recording on the Mind Your Character YouTube page. This year is full of values and I'm looking forward to being part of walking you down the aisles of greatness. Let's do this together. Let's do this together and it will be beautiful. It will be beautiful. So I answered and said that neither being deprived nor having extremes has the natural capacity to make you good or bad. It is the mastery of every situation such that you predetermined to be a balanced-minded person. And you now create guards, safeguards that help you. We'll discuss more in-depthly across different other things that you see every day. Perhaps some of them that you have some challenge with. Thank you now. Bye everyone.